Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of a demonstration while at the same time giving an explanation. All right? So, this nifty little thing that I do. All right? I know it confuses people because they're like, oh, they're just waving their hands around like an idiot. No, there's more to it. All right? So, when talking about spiritual warfare, all right, there are some things that aren't understood when it comes to the butterfly effect. Okay? So, while I'm doing this, I'm actually sending protection sigils out. All right? Now, with those protection sigils, yes, it's out of love. So, as I was saying, as I'm sending these protection sigils out, it's not only to just the right here, right now. Okay? So, there are certain points in time that I would have died if it was not for knowing that this point was coming. All right? But knowing that this point was coming, but also at the same time, not being able to go ahead and show this point coming until this point was ready to finally come, I had to go ahead and keep it to myself. All right? Now, there's been a few people that I've told throughout the years, and I got mocked, I got ridiculed. But ultimately, in the right now, the way that I'm doing this, I'm sending out protection sigils not only to my past self, but also to past people with past situations and past scenarios that ultimately those protection sigils would go ahead and save their ass. All right? So, time. Working kind of like looking down the spinning revolver of like the chambers of a revolver. Now just imagine dropping entire ball pits, all right, down those revolver slides, all right. Thing is, though, they go all over the place, all right. They don't just go in one direction, but every decision that we end up making, every path that we end up choosing, ends up making a correlation that ends up going ahead and determining the long-term outcome, all right. It took a very screwed up, very long routed, embracing the pain, very difficult initiation process to get to this point. All right? Getting to this point, showing this. This right here was the initiation. All right? Which, as you see, I have done. But with this initiation process, the reason that I've been doing the initiation process is because of the factor that there were people, circumstances from the past, as well as circumstances going into the future that need me to be able to do this now. All right? But in order to be able to do this now, I had to survive the things of then. So by going ahead and surviving the things of then to get to the point to do the thing now, ultimately, I'm going ahead and actually sending out the energy needed to be able to not only protect myself, but protect certain other people that I'm going to need from my past, that our paths may or may not interject, because as we know, everyone has free will. But by sending that energy of the past and making sure I survived to the point of this, ultimately, that ends up ensuring that for those of us that survived, because of that energy of sending in the past, that ultimately they could end up going ahead and playing their position and the circumstance in the future that I'm going to need help with because of the fact that in the future, me being able to do this, not the only skill set that I'm going to need. All right? And everyone is good at something. Everybody has a strong suit. My strong suit is just trying to iron out my weak points and just keep doing it repetitively. And I do that through the internal work, doing the emotional labor, while at the same time going ahead and trying to navigate the difficulties and the circumstances that not only end up getting presented to me within the circumstance of having to try to go and, navigate the bureaucratic tape, but also going ahead and having to figure out in which ways I can go ahead to be presenting this and showing, hey, me doing this is a service that I provide to the community. It's a service that I provide to even people of the past. While at the same time, the only thing you see is a layer of smoke. So me doing this to go send that energy to people of the past to help protect them. So that way I could survive not only till now, but that they could survive, ends up going ahead and allowing, when the point ends up coming, that we may or may not end up intertwining, within each other's timelines again in the future. Are you understanding the complexities of this? Or are you just here for the smoke? Because if you're just here for the smoke, just say you're here for the smoke. Hey, listen, everyone gets a chance to shine, okay? Everyone gets a turn. No, I'm not patronizing you. Anyway, I think my point's being made. Don't get fussy. See, when I don't put my energy into it, it's just... bleh. Screw you too.